Hi kids. Today we're going to read The True Story of the Three Little Pigs. This was written by a wolf. Actually, it was told to John Cheshka and illustrated by Lane Smith. And this is the story from the wolf's viewpoint. And when we're done, you've got to decide. Do you believe what the wolf says? Or do you believe what the three little pigs say? So be thinking about that at the end. The true story of the three little pigs.
I can't see.
Then go sit over there so you can see. I'm the wolf. Alexander T. Wolf. You can call me Al. I don't know how this whole big bad wolf thing got started, but it's all wrong. Maybe it's because of our diet, the things that we like to eat. Hey, it's not my fault wolves eat cute little animals like bunnies and sheep and pigs. That's just the way we are. If cheeseburgers were cute, folks would probably think you were big and bad too. Listen. Okay, but like I was saying, the whole big bad wolf thing is all wrong. The real story is about a sneeze and a cup of sugar. This is the real story. Okay, so the wolf's going to tell us the real story, his story. So way back in Once Upon a Time, I was making a birthday cake for my dear old granny. I had a terrible sneezy cold, and I ran out of sugar. Isn't that sweet? He's making a cake for his granny. Aww.
You mean Granny Big Bad Wolf?
Yeah, I guess so. So I walked down the street to ask my neighbor for a cup of sugar. See the neighbor's house? Look, it's the straw house. Well, this neighbor was a pig, and he was not very bright either. He built his whole house out of straw. Can you believe it? I mean, excuse me, who in their right mind would build a house out of straw?
Okay.
So, of course, the minute I knocked on the door, it fell right in, and I didn't want to just walk into somebody else's house. So I called, little pig, are you in? Well, no answer. I was just about to go home without my cup of sugar for my dear old granny's birthday cake. And that's when my nose started to itch. Oh, got so itchy. I felt the sneeze coming on. Well, I huffed and I stuffed and I snuffed, and achoo! I sneezed a great sneeze. And we know what happened to the house when he sneezed, of course. And you know what? The whole darn straw house fell right down. And right in the middle of the pile of straw, can you see it? Right in the middle was the first little pig, dead as a doornail. He'd been home the whole time. Well, it seemed like a shame to waste a perfectly good ham dinner lying there in the straw, so I ate it up. Think of it as a big cheeseburger just laying there. Well, I was feeling a little bit better, but I still didn't have that cup of sugar. So I went to the next neighbor's house. This neighbor was the first little pig's brother. He was smarter, but not much. He had built his house out of sticks. I rang the bell on the stick house, and nobody answered. I yelled, Mr. Pig, are you in? He yelled back, go away, wolf, can't come in. I'm shaving the hairs on my chin. Can you see he's got his razor out and he's shaving his chin hairs? He's shaving his beard.
Wait, that's good.
I guess so.
I'm gonna
Nope, please don't. I had just grabbed the doorknob when I felt another big sneeze coming on. I huffed and I snuffed and I tried to cover my mouth, but I sneezed a great sneeze. Oh my gosh, and look, there went the stick house, and look it in the middle.
Now you can see it.
And you're not going to believe it, but this guy's house fell down just like his brother's. And when the dust cleared, there was the second little pig, dead as a doornail. Wolf's honor.
Who ate it?
So the wolf is saying, hey, I didn't do this on purpose. It was just an accident. That's what the wolf says. I don't know if I believe it or not. Now, you know that food will spoil if you just leave it out in the open. So I did the only thing there was to do when I ate dinner again. I ate that pig. Think of it as a second helping. So I was getting awful full, but my cold was feeling a little bit better. And I still didn't have that cup of sugar for my dear old granny's birthday cake. So you know what I did? I went to the next house, the first little pig and second little pig's brother. He must have been the brains of the family because he built his house out of bricks. You are right.
Like Papa.
You're right. I knocked on that brick house, but there was no answer. I called, Mr. Pig, are you in? And do you know what that rude little porker answered? He said, get out of here, Wolf. Don't bother me again.
And then she said a little chimney.
Talk about impolite. Talk about rude. He probably had a whole sack full of sugar, and he wouldn't even give me one little cup for my dear sweet old granny's birthday cake. What a pig. I was just about to go home and maybe make him a nice birthday card instead of a cake when I felt my cold coming on. Oh, I huffed, and I snuffed, and I sneezed, achoo, again. Then the third little pig yelled, and your old granny, she can sit on a pin. Oh.
What is she?
Now, I'm usually a pretty calm fellow, but when somebody talks mean about my granny like that, I go a little bit crazy. When the cops drove up, of course I was trying to break down this pig's door, stop, Lola. And the whole time I was huffing and puffing and sneezing and making a real big scene. So here's the wolf. And the wolf is saying, hey, I'm not doing this on purpose. I'm having the sneezing attack, and I'm mad because he's saying mean things about my granny. And then here he is in jail, and it says, but maybe you could loan me a cup of sugar.
Oh, Mom, I'm sorry.
Okay, so here's my question, girls and boys. Do you believe the wolf? Do you think the wolf, it was just a mistake and that it was an accident and he didn't really mean to blow down those houses because he just had a cold? Or do you think the wolf is making it up and he really is a bad guy? You'll have to see if you can figure that out.